Breaking news. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded to the Miami Heat.
I can tell. Too late, I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. Faster.
Hello, welcome to And Sometimes Why. Yeah, a lot of stuff is different here. I've got the full trade package on my phone right now. But before I do that, shout out to my girlfriend Monica. This is a new microphone, new camera, new ring light, and she even made this background all for my 24th birthday, which now it's 12/24, so technically it's over. But amazing birthday present. Everyone show love to Monica in the comments. The full trade package for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I've got it on my phone right here. So it was Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat for Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakushonis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, 3 first-round picks, including number 13. Those first-round picks are in unprotected in 2031 and 2033, and a pick swap in 2030, and then also number 13 in tomorrow's NBA draft. So the Miami Heat definitely gave Milwaukee a haul, and this is a lot. This is a very, very steep price, but this is the price that you have to pay. Unless, I'm a Wizards fan. We have Anthony Davis and a first-round pick. We can go get Luka if we want. This is the price you have to pay when you're getting someone like Giannis. Boston offered Jaylen Brown and 2 first-round picks. At least that's what it was rumored. I think Milwaukee definitely made the right choice. You still get a all-star caliber player in Tyler Hero, as well as a good crop of young players and 3 first-round picks. Milwaukee comes out of this now with a direction, but also not totally bottoming out, which is not what you want to do in this league anymore, where teams are finding out with these new lottery rules. You guys know how I feel about those. You cannot be in the bottom 4. You're just going to lose forever and ever and ever and ever. So we'll talk about what Brooklyn did later, but wow. So Giannis is going to Miami. I knew he wanted to stay on the East Coast. I know because his family lives in Greece, he wasn't going to go west. If he went to the west, just don't even get me started. But he was going to stay on the East Coast. It came down to Miami and Boston. And in the end, Miami gave the better offer. And Milwaukee definitely made the right decision. Now, in terms of Giannis being in Miami, I think the Heat, they gave up a lot. So now it's going to be up to them to fill out the rest of this roster. And now they don't have number 13. So it's going to be up to them to fill out the rest of this roster. And I think people want to come to play. And I think, first reaction, a defensive front court of Giannis and Bam sounds really, really, really intimidating for opposing teams. It's just going to be the spacing, where neither of them are really true, bona fide three-point shooters. That can be a little bit alarming, but at least on the defensive end, this team will be very, very good if they space out the rest of the floor with shooters. I think they will be a very good competitor in the East. I don't know if they overtake New York. I don't know if they overtake Boston, but they definitely are up there. Cleveland, hopefully they will be out of the play-in, at least for their sake. I think acquiring a player like Giannis definitely raises your ceiling. If you're able to capitalize on that with a good free agency, I think Miami is in a better spot than they were 24 hours ago. And there was another trade that happened where Brooklyn got Julius Randle and a pick in the late 20s. Minnesota got pick 33, and the Bulls got Nic Claxton. First reaction on that trade, Great job, Chicago. Genuinely, round of applause to the Chicago Bulls for picking up Nic Claxton in a deal, kind of just being the third team here. Facilitating this trade between the Nets and the Timberwolves, as the Timberwolves want to get off Julius Randle's contract. They don't believe he's the answer. Expect something up their sleeve in the next couple days, in the next couple weeks. Brooklyn realizing you don't want to be in the bottom, the kind of the theme of this video, even with Milwaukee getting rid of a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't want to be in that bottom four. You still want to get a return that is good enough for you to compete, at least be decent. And the Bucks got a pretty good haul. But now for the Nets, pairing up Julius Randle with Michael Porter Jr., you still have the 6th pick. You're taking a bet on getting into that play-in, playoff range with a player like Julius Randle. He showed that he could do it in New York. He hasn't been, at least Minnesota didn't believe that he was the solution, but he was the one that started the resurgence in New York, and look at where they're at now. They're NBA champions. Remember that? And then the Chicago Bulls. Second time I'm going to do this. A round of applause for the Chicago Bulls for getting Nic Claxton, a very solid center, a very much needed position on that roster. They are realizing they are committing to this rebuild, but they also cannot be in the bottom four, because they need to be at least solid enough to be not a 14-15 seed in their conference. And getting a player like Nic Claxton, and then having a front court by tomorrow night of Manas Buzelis, Caleb Wilson, and Nic Claxton, that's really, really interesting. At guard, they have so many options for what they can do, but that front court getting solidified is amazing for the Chicago Bulls. This feels like when Cleveland got Jared Allen, kind of just as a throw-in in that James Harden trade to Brooklyn. A very, very, very solid center. Nic Claxton, I don't know if he's Jared Allen level, but still very, very, very solid. Round of applause for the Chicago Bulls. If anyone is the winner tonight, it is the Chicago Bulls. I'm just kidding. The Heat got Giannis. You can't get much better than that. But a wild night of trades in the NBA. Ayo Dosunmu just signed an extension. It's the offseason now. We are really in it. Tomorrow we're going to have the NBA draft. I'm going to vlog that. I'm going to be there. It is going to be a new era of Wizards basketball, whether we take AJ DeBonsa or Darren Peterson. We just re-signed Trae Young today. I saw people thinking he was going to leave. That was never going to happen. Well, this video is not really about analytics, but I love basketball. I just love the off season. It's really a time. It is a time for analytics and team building, and you get to start thinking about what next year is going to look like. And Giannis in Miami with Bam in the front court sounds like a very interesting defense. And the Nets, we'll see what they do. Teams are trying to compete. You guys know I don't like this new anti-tanking rule, but teams see the state of the league and they're adapting to it, so I can at least respect that. And I'm looking forward to the draft. I'm looking forward to free agency. You guys will see me there. I'll be vlogging it. I will also be going to a Numbers on the Board show the next day. For any of you guys who are familiar with them, that's kind of been a lifetime dream of mine. They're people who have inspired me to even get up here and sit in front of this microphone. So it'll be a dream come true to meet some of them, hopefully. And I don't know. I hope you guys learned something today. I was just breaking some news. You didn't really learn anything, but I will see you guys. This is awesome. I love this setup. Who else loves this setup? Comment if you love the setup. Shout out to Monica. That's the main lesson in this video. Shout out to Monica for this amazing setup. I'll see you guys.